Welcome to Application Security MythBusters, your podcast series for understanding the importance of clean code in a primarily digital economy. Our promise is to bring you some of the finest minds in the industry to help you and those you work with understand and learn how to mitigate against the risk inherent in application development. This information is brought to you by Cenzic, the innovative leader in application security risk management, vulnerability assessment, and compliance solutions. And here is our show host, Mandeep Kara, Chief Marketing Officer of Cenzic.
Hi, this is Mandeep Kara, Chief Marketing Officer of Cenzic. We're live here at RSA, and with us today we have John Weinschenk, President and CEO of Cenzic. Welcome, John.
Thanks, Mandeep. Good morning.
So we'll be talking about some of the myths around application security. So before we dive into questions, John, let's talk about the state of application security in general. What's your opinion, if you can share your thoughts with the viewers?
Okay. Yeah, when you look at the application security market, it's a market that's growing. A lot of people are doing things and a lot of people aren't doing things, and so it's one of these confusing states. There's not a week that doesn't go by that you don't see in the paper someone getting attacked and someone losing information, and that's making more awareness that people are saying, hey, what do I have to do about this?
No, that's great. So one of the things that we keep hearing is that people are not doing much on app security is because there's some myths around it. So one of the myths that we commonly hear is, hey, I have SSL, so I don't need app security. What do you think about that?
Yeah, app security is one of these confusing areas for people where people perceive that they're doing security because they have that little lock that goes on your browser as you're trying to buy something. But what people have to understand is that applications are dynamic and they hold information, and people can go in there, manipulate those applications to pretend that they're someone or have privilege to see information and are able to take that information and steal it. And that's most of the stuff you're seeing in the press now is credentials or information is being lost of consumers, and that's creating a lot of controversy and problems.
And certainly SSL has its role, but not enough to protect applications. Another thing we commonly hear is, well, I don't want to do application security because it's too expensive and it's too hard to implement. Do you agree with that?
I think it depends on the level of security that you need. So the answer is that you can, it's very expensive. You do pen testing, have a consultant come in and do testing for you. That can cost quite a bit of money. Now, there's certain cases where you're going to want to do that because of the value of the assets you're protecting. At Cenzic, we just launched a cloud service, which is actually affordable security. So for under $1,000 a year, we're able to actually test your applications and tell you where your security vulnerabilities are. So the price points are really coming down, and it's really affordable for all companies, small, mid-size, or large companies.
And I'm sure a lot of small businesses will really appreciate that. Also, we find that a lot of companies are testing applications maybe like once a year, or it's almost like an afterthought or checkbox. Do you agree with that approach?
No, so that's one of the real big myths that needs to be taken care of. So the thing that you have to think about is that in your application, you want to test it before you put it in production, and so that it's secured the first day that it's on the internet. But the thing you have to be careful about is that over a 1 year period, there's about 400 new vulnerabilities every month that comes out that didn't exist the month before. So just like with your antivirus, where you scan your desktops every week, application security is the same way, which is you really need to start thinking about how do I do it as part of the whole security development life cycle, which is when I'm developing and then in the runtime production environments. We've got some really neat solutions that use virtualization that enable people to test their production applications without impacting performance or compromising data.
Great. Well, thank you very much for sharing your insight, John, and I'm sure viewers will appreciate that.
Okay, I appreciate it, Mandeep. Take care.
Thanks, everyone, and until next time, this is Mandeep Kara.
Thank you for listening to Application Security MythBusters. The practices and approaches discussed in all of our episodes are based on both the vast knowledge of our guests as well as the thought leadership and industry expertise of those from the show's sponsor, Cenzic. We value your input, so please feel free to email us at mythbusters@cenzic.com. That's mythbusters@cenzic.com with any comments, questions, or topic suggestions for future shows. Additional topics in this series, related white papers, and more information are available on the web at www.cenzic.com.